Hey, Bert.
Hey, Brian.
I'm kind of bored.
Me too.
Man, if only I had something to do at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays. Michelle, can you help us out?
I got something for you guys.
Yeah.
You can come right over to our new Twitch channel, Get Dunked On Podcast, where we are all going to hang out and chat while we play video games.
I love them video games. Cortana.
And of course, that must cost a high fee, don't it?
No, this is the best part. You are all welcome to attend for absolutely nothing.
Woohoo!
Can I join?
No.
What about me?
Absolutely.
All right.
For more information, you should go over to getdunkedonpodcast.com. Hello, everybody. My name's Craig.
I'm Brian.
I'm Burke.
And I'm Michelle.
And this is Get Dunked On, the podcast.
Can you feel the
Wait,
love
what?
tonight?
Not the plan.
I was
got the bait and
expecting.
switch.
That's right.
Switch.
You thought I was going to go one way. I went another.
Yeah, you know why? Because I guarantee you forgot what song he was going to sing in the first place.
I did.
And he's a one-way
The sad part is that I thought of it before that other song, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to totally do that." And then, like,
Brian,
as
I'm
we're doing the
giving up on
introduction,
you.
oh, there it was. Oh, god dang it! Now I can't
Totally
use it next
got you.
week.
You know, one thing I'm never going to give up on is being stupid online while playing video games. It's going
Oh,
to
I thought you were just going to stop at being stupid. Just
No.
kidding.
Oh,
That
yes,
will
get
happen
dunked
until
on.
both of them.
Roll the credits.
both of those are going to happen till the day I die. Both of them. But the other day, ended up having a fun interaction online. Me and my buddy Mike, we're both playing Dark Souls together, and we like just being goofy in games a lot. We'll do a lot of stupid stuff, especially if you can interact with other people online. We like just being goofy. Just for a couple things, like we had a NHL 14 you can play online against each other, and we would make goofy characters. Like I was D Racula and he was a guy named Lurch, and we would sit there and we would put our mics in and we'd just like play these characters as we were going through. So Mike would be Lurch, and he's just this massive like 7'6" guy on skates, right, which is ridiculous. And he'd run around and just smoke people, and he could not do anything else besides hit people. But he'd be like on the mic and just go and lay into people. You know, we just have fun like that. So the other day we are playing Dark Souls 3 online. We're just trying to have invasions. And so we put on the goofiest armor we could possibly put on, like the funkiest looking armor that you stick out like a sore thumb. For the most part, Burke, it's the onion armor, basically.
Yes.
This big, massive armor. And we both got these
Stay Puft
weapons.
Marshmallow Man.
Yeah, basically think Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yes.
And we would sit by the entrance to this door that a lot of people usually go to when they're doing online invasions and battles between each other. We both sat as sentries outside of it, and we would sit there. We would sit there without any. We would not have any weapons equipped, and we had a hot button set to pull our weapon out, and we both had fire pokers, which are the stupidest thing in the game. So we basically pull out these like glorified fire pokers,
AKA branding irons.
yeah, they're branding irons, but we call them the fire
pokers.
Yeah,
Yes,
we call them
yes.
fire pokers. They're extremely weak. Like they are one of the dumbest weapons in the game, possibly. But so people will walk up to us and they're running up this big thing, think they're about to get into this battle because we're in this spot where everybody tries to battle on this level. And they look, and there's just two of us sitting sentry looking exactly the same, just standing there. And then once they got to a certain point, Mike and I would go 3, 2, 1, and we'd pull out the iron, the fire pokers at the same time. And then we would wait for them to get close enough, and then we'd go into like a stance to get ready. And then we'd wait until they started attacking, and then we'd attack back. You know, we were just having a lot of fun with it. We were cracking up. We didn't care if we won or lost. We just wanted to see how many people would like goof around and how many people would just attack, and we were just having fun with it. So eventually we end up getting this one guy, and like all interactions online, it always ends up being, or like most interactions online, one of them went south. He ends up sending us he sends me a message. He sends me a message after he loses because Mike and I beat him, and he goes, "Oh, so much lag, ... Nice little ellipsis at the end. So, again, keeping with the spirit of what Mike and I are doing, him and I are just cracking up during all of this stuff anyway. So I'm in a very elated and happy mood. I'm like, I'm going to respond in a fun way instead of responding or not responding, either responding angrily or just completely ignoring. I'm going to respond in a fun way. So I sent this back. Excuses like a free-flowing stream. They glitter and glimmer with sunbeams. Without obstruction, no blockage by wood. As with everything else, you should get good.
Nice.
You made a whole poem?
Beautiful.
We did a poem.
Bravo.
And so he comes back and responds, 10 devices connected to shitty internet. Quit your babbling. Y'all should learn the difference between an excuse and a complaint. It's a game, my friend. 'Twas simply saying what I saw. You think I'm making excuses? Nerd. And he types out nerd with like 94 R's. And so Mike and I were like, okay, how do we respond to this? And I brought up, I was like, I thought he was gonna, like, the way he was going, I was like, I thought he was about to like play back with us. Totally didn't. I was like, I really wish he would have. You know what we should do? We should come up with what he should have said to us. And we should and so I sent back, hey, you're close, but I think we should workshop this a little bit and try this a different way. Here's one for you. Thou should search for a connection less foul, as companion gamers would lessen their scowl. It would behest you to realize this is just a light fray, and realize the lack of importance with haste and no delay. Your interpretation of my words are quite absurd. As it is, compatriot, you who is in the nerd. I was like, but if you don't like that one, we've got another one that we workshop for you as well. Try this one out. Too many devices makes for poor connection. Quit your babbling and take this suggestion. Learn the difference between an excuse and a complaint. It's again, my friend. I am no saint, but I say what I see, not what I've heard. You didn't reply with a rhyme. Therefore, you are the nerd.
Nailed it.
This poor kid online is just sitting there like, I just wanted to send back one snarky thing and be done with it, but then now he's getting poetry.
Yeah. Well, I was just trying to think. I was like, it's just
Beautiful.
fun stuff like that, like responding in a way that, there's so much
shit talking like Shakespeare.
Yeah, there's so much vitriol in people's online interactions at times and whatnot. So I didn't know if there was any other thing that any of you had gone through before, where it was just like a fun online interaction, even if that's not what they were getting out of it, but you were having the fun out of it, not at their expense or something. If you consider this at their expense, then yeah, I guess I was having fun at their expense, but I thought I was being harmless. I wasn't poking fun at them. I was just trying to do it in a goofy way. So anybody else had those types of interactions online?
No, mine were completely vindictive.
Wow.
On your end?
Whoa.
Or
Well, like, I was playing, like, when I first got my 360, I was playing Grand Theft Auto 4 online, and I guess I was playing against a bunch of little British kids because they kept, like, cursing at me, but they're, like, doing it under their breath because apparently they didn't want their moms to hear. So they're, like, getting on their Xbox mics and they're like, you fucking wench. Like, trying to be really super quiet and creepy about it. Yes.
oh my gosh, I would have been cracking up. I would have been laughing and clapping my hands like, yes, wench, you don't hear this often.
Yeah, so I was laughing so hard because, like, first of all, like, just what they're saying, and then just the fact that they're, like, whispering it because they just don't want to be heard saying it. And so, like, I mean, I went through every effort to make sure that I was killing only them, and it pissed them off and they all disconnected. That was the thing that immediately popped into mind when you started the story.
See, the first thing that popped into my head was you're talking about messing with people online and what have you. Same guy, Mike. So and I were playing. He had got that, and you're gonna have to. It's Watch Dogs. That's the name of the game. I was gonna have to ask you, but that game Watch Dogs came out, and as a game, it was just okay. From what I hear, I only played through part of it. But the online multiplayer had this kind of like a fun hacking game in it. Do you guys remember this at all?
Yeah.
I do a little bit.
So it's kind of like, imagine like a Dark Souls invasion sort of thing where you go into their world, but then you like hack them by being like close to them. And then if they spot you or if they find you, then you have to like get away. And that was just the entire fun of the game because the cops in that game plus the humans were so the cops were overly good in that game.
The cops were dumb. good.
Oh my god, it
They
was
were
amazing.
perfect.
Like
Oh, yeah.
every cop in that game had a car that could go 800 miles an hour. Their shots, they'd blow your tires out. It was unbelievable. So, but the ongoing joke was that we would just get as close to the guy as possible, just to do it. But we would do things in kind of a clever way. Like we were using lifts, like for example, like a scaffolding lift. We'd go in that, raise it up to its highest point, and hack the guy. So he's running around underneath because there's like a little blip on the radar, and he could tell where you are. So he's like running around underneath, and then at the last second, he'd come down, jump out, get into drive through a taxi across town, hop into a waiting boat, and we would do a boat escape, and we just go down the river. It was the funniest thing, and the guy's just chasing after, and you can hear him just like, "Damn you!" Like. I don't know why. It was like one of the most fun things. Like I literally was crying laughing because these guys were just so pissed off and they were just opening fire into the crowds, like trying to find you. Oh, it was the funniest thing.
I think a lot of my stories end up being with Mike doing this type of stuff.
I think it's because he just enjoys torturing people online.
Yeah, and it's not even
That
like
he does.
it's not even like hurtful or anything. He's not yelling at people. It's just we're just kind of messing with him.
What about the hockey one?
That's a good one. That was going to be the second one I brought up. The first one was we would play Black Ops. I don't remember which one it was, or Call of Duty. One of the Call of Duties. I don't remember what it was. There's a game type called Search and Destroy. Or more specifically, we played hardcore Search and Destroy. And so it was, just one bullet basically took you out from any gun, and it was one life. You only had one life, so once you died, you were out, you were eliminated, and you had like objectives and all this stuff. And we'd go through, we'd get a group of 5, and we'd join one other person that was playing, and we'd go through and mimic every single move that guy did. So if he went and laid down, we'd all go and lay down right next to him. If he turned to the left, we'd all turn to the left. If he put down a claymore, we'd all put down claymores. And we just mess with him a little bit. And then there's the hockey one. Again, it was in NHL 14.
Mike and I were going to do this the other day too, and I was so excited.
I don't even remember what position he was playing or what was going on, but he just got into it with this guy and he just played dumb the entire time. He just played dumb. And this guy was so angry. I was literally making a video captioning everything they were saying because it was that funny, where he was yelling, just "You motherfucker, I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to put you into a hospital." And then Mike would respond like, "Oh, are you an EMT? Do you drive the ambulances?" Like that's how he would respond to all this stuff. Like, and that's all it was just.
But it was like the innocent way of he sold it with the innocence. It wasn't like a what are you, an EMT? He's like, oh, you must drive an ambulance if you're always driving to a hospital.
It was hilarious, like the way that we poked and prodded people.
So that's not exactly what I was obviously going to talk about, but mine was where something that I think you, Craig, and Mike did, and then we were trying to do the other day is do the karma goalie in Shell. So basically you get in a drop-in game. You both be goalies, and if the team is supportive of you as a goalie, you try to make the next save. If they berate you and call you a dumbass and make the saves and you suck, you let in the goals. You just keep letting them in.
So that was a staple of 2014. Again, that same NHL was the karma goalie. Him and I would just get, and this is when Brian and I lived together, and Mike lived across the street. Basically, he would come over with his Xbox. He'd set it up. He'd steal Brian's cables, and him and I would sit right next to each other and play goalie for opposite teams, and just listen to each other, listen to the conversations everybody was having. Be like, "Oh, they're being pretty mean to you, eh? Like, we got to let some goals in." It was pretty funny. We always had a lot of fun with it. And one of my favorite things, we would sit there and we would get, do you remember that pizza place right there, Brian? Or the convenience store that sold those pizzas?
It was kind of like it was the walking distance one.
Yeah, it was within walking distance. It took I think if you timed it out, it took about 10 minutes to walk there, grab the pizza, and walk back. It was extremely quick. So Mike and I would always go, well, let's go get ourselves a pizza. We'd walk, we'd get a pizza, we'd walk it right back, we'd sit down, and we'd keep playing games. And that was just a fun time overall. Are there any good foods that you guys eat during gaming?
Ooh, good gaming foods?
Yeah, what are the gaming foods that you guys have?
Trail mix. That's my answer. That's my short answer is trail mix, because I like, if I'm going to be playing games, I just like to reach my hand in a bag of something, and I like trail mix because they're not they don't have the grease that a chips do, and I like my controllers to be so clean. So I don't know. I'm all about trail mix when it comes to like quick snack on that way.
Yeah, I don't think I really eat anything in particular while gaming specifically.
I don't. Like I usually don't unless it's like an actual meal. Then again, I'm not that big of a snacker. But then there was this time when I was in Nashville visiting a friend, and there was always a package of Cheez-Its and Cheetos right between us.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And a roll of paper towels to keep the controllers pristine. But yeah, that's about if I'm doing anything, it will probably be Cheez-Its, because and mainly in Halo, just because whenever like a new Halo would come out, we'd always stay up late night, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going out to get Cheez-Its, because Cheez-Its and Halo go together, especially when playing through the first time.
And it's one of those like set like responses of like Halo equals Cheetos.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
Cheez-Its,
Yeah.
Cheetos. The Cheetos are a whole other thing. Those are dangerously cheesy. Everybody knows that.
And that will be our main topic for today. We're actually going to be discussing the different types of foods that we like, different interesting things that we have about them, things that we don't like, different times that we eat them, all that kind of stuff. Anything pertaining to food, we're going to be going over.
And I believe this topic was requested, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes, we did hear about this as a topic that somebody wanted to hear about. So we were going to go over it and see what we can get out of it.
Thank you, persons whose name it was.
Yep. So we're just going to be talking about the different things that we've enjoyed over the years, and I wanted to bring us into a little an appetizer for that conversation by seeing since we're all avid gamers, what we all do during that. Okay, wasn't that funny?
That was funny. That was funny.
Oh my god. So Craig, since you asked us about the snacking food there, let's start off with the most basic question on earth, which is, if you could have one meal, what's your favorite food?
Oh Lord, favorite
Tacos.
food. So this tacos. Michelle's got hers right there. Tacos.
The fuck did I hear
I don't even
tacos?
have to think
Homemade
about this.
tacos. Taco Bell tacos.
That does not matter, just tacos.
Tacos.
All
right.
right. Just general
Fair enough.
tacos.
Soft tacos? Hard tacos?
Doesn't matter. I like them both.
Guacamole tacos.
Yep, that's fine
Are
too.
there beans on your tacos?
Yeah,
or is this like a
sometimes I'm
meat and
not,
cheese situation?
How about extracted
Like,
nose hair
I'm not
tacos?
even kidding you guys. Like, I just don't even care. Like, I love tacos.
I'm picturing somebody hands her a hamburger. She's like, I don't want this. They go, no, it's a taco. She's like, I'm in.
they take all the fixings out of the bun and put it in a taco. She's like, oh, she got all Cookie
Well,
Monster on it.
apparently Burger King did try that with the Whopperito. I haven't tried it yet, but I heard it was disgusting.
The Whopperito?
Wow.
I'm just imagining going over to Michelle and giving her a hamburger, but you kind of basically, in a half-assed way, put another piece of bun on one side so it turns out to be like the fold over to kind of make it look like a taco. You're like, hey, here's a taco.
I'm just picturing you literally hand her a sloppy Joe with a piece of paper stapled to it that says taco. She's like, tacos. She's all over it. Oh my God. Okay. Well, tacos from Michelle. I think that's been clear.
If I had to choose one meal, if it was my last meal type thing, it'd probably end up, as of this moment still, it would be a naked nacho from Qdoba. I think that still would end up being, it for me. I think I'd have to go with that. Just cheesy goodness.
How about you, Burke?
I don't know, man. This is a tough question for
Yeah, we
me.
asked the hard questions on Get Dunked on the podcast. All right.
There's I love food. Oh my god. My mind goes to, I've got to have a porterhouse, cooked medium rare, seasoned well, and more medium rare. I don't care, one of those two, as long as it's a good cut of meat. And that would be it right there. Just a massive 23-ounce steak.
Okay. All right. I don't think anyone can really just go like, I shouldn't say that. There are some people out there who quote unquote hate steak, but like for the most part, when I was a kid, I hated steak, but as an adult, I'm like, yeah, give me that.
Okay. You're the one that always tells me that you would, in every situation ever possible in the ever world, would want chicken over steak.
That's true. That is true 100% of the time, but that doesn't mean I don't like appreciate a steak every once in a while, like for the variety factor. But yeah, you're right. I would choose chicken over steak every time.
Nope, no variety. Got to have chicken for every meal.
So speaking of chicken, that actually would be my choice. Chicken and rice casserole would be the one that I would go with if I had to choose like one meal. And for those of you who are not aware of what that is, it's basically like, it's a kind of a Midwestern thing, I guess. I don't know if it's really done too many other places, but it's like chicken, rice, and then like a bunch of like cream of mushroom and like onion and a bunch of other things
And
like
poppy
in a
seeds.
casserole. Like it's really, really heavy, like, but it's delicious.
That would not be my favorite. I would choose Qdoba over that and tacos.
Tacos.
So, is there any food that you guys can think of that you feel like everybody else in the world is obsessed with or loves, or just in general that you think you're just you've got the unpopular opinion about that
Tacos.
particular mood or food?
Go fuck yourself, Brian.
I'm being serious. Like, I'm not even joking. Like,
How?
I don't.
Like, you can customize them to things that you like.
No, it always involves that really, really crappily made Mexican style meat. Like, I don't enjoy. I don't like
You
tacos
can
slash
have
nachos.
veggie tacos and fish tacos. There's so many different varieties that there's no way. I can guarantee
Oh, my
that you
Lord,
can
fish
find a taco
tacos.
that you can eat.
Okay. You've got to come down to my side of the world and have some real tacos. And
Why wouldn't you do a chicken casserole taco, Brian?
You
Chicken
seriously
casserole
could.
taco.
But,
Michelle, just because it's wrapped in a tortilla doesn't make it a taco.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah, it
go ahead and
does.
throw that out there.
do you want to fight about this? Because I have really strong feelings about this.
I could tell. I mean, like I was mostly joking on that last statement, but damn.
But yes, to answer Craig's question, I also can think of a food that I know other people who don't like it, but I feel like I'm definitely in the minority. And that's cheesecake.
Oh my gosh, yes, thank you.
What? Really?
I can't. I
I'm
don't
with you.
like the smell of it. I don't like the taste of it. There's nothing about cheesecake
Wait,
that I
all
love. but-
cheesecake or like?
well, I don't really like cream cheese, so pretty much every cheesecake is out. Yeah, I don't like it, but like everyone's obsessed with it. I feel like.
I can't eat it, and it's not disgusting. There just are so many other types of desserts I would rather have than cheesecake, to the point where actually at any point, unless if I'm extremely hungry, if somebody goes, "Hey, we should just go get cheesecake," I'd be like, "It's okay. I won't eat this meal today." Like that would actually end up being kind of how it is. So maybe I'm a little bit more stronger, have a stronger view on it than I thought. But I'm not a cheesecake fan. I don't know why, because obviously I have no problem ingesting sugar, but for some reason it's like too sweet for me or something, or there's something about it that is just too much. It just always feels like too much whenever I'm eating it.
Are you telling me that you guys have never tried like cheesecake and coffee?
No, I have. I don't like it.
First of all, I don't really like coffee, so that's not making a good argument.
Okay, I guess that's true, but like that's a
All right,
it's
Brian, we're gonna give you tacos and steak.
well, no, the thing is, well, as I said, I don't mind steak. I just don't like overall like Mexican food in general. Yeah, no, it's just that I don't know. I like cheesecake I think it's pretty solid. I mean, especially with a little bit of coffee, little coffee and cake.
I'd rather have actual cake or literally anything except cheesecake.
Are you a pie person?
And certain ones I like, but in general, actually, I'm not.
All right, pie or cake. This is the determining factor
Cake.
between it. See, Michelle, like I don't know what it is today,
And
but
see,
you
like
and I are on opposite
I'll
sides
go
of the
even a step
fence.
further. I'll go a step further. Cake without frosting. I like
You're
the
a
cake
monster.
part.
You're a monster. You're not even a human being. You're a monster. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No, I like the cake part.
I'm agreeing. I don't like that much icing.
I actually am with both of you on there. I'm more with Burke. I would rather have thin icing than a bunch of
I mean,
thick icing.
there are certain icings that I do enjoy, but most of them end up being way too sweet.
Are you the person who's like, I like the stump of the muffin. I don't like the top. like what?
No, the top's the best part.
Okay, yeah, but that's the same thing as the cake. Like the frosting is the only thing that makes the cake eatable.
No, I disagree.
No.
What?
Not if it's a well-made cake.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my god! All right, please, Burke, take over.
Mine's not much better. Mine is literally dessert
Like in general.
in general. Yep.
What?
The only I would say the only time like I would ever go and get a dessert is either if I'm on a trip. Like if I'm at a restaurant in town, I probably would never get dessert. And usually, only other time, even if I'm on trips, is if it's like a tiramisu, and I know it's going to be good. And then outside of that, when I'm on a cruise ship, just because they bring it to me already. But outside of that, like I will never get dessert.
Not even an ice cream cone?
Not even. I love ice cream. Like ice cream is probably my one weakness besides bullets. And
I got that. I got that.
Sorry,
that was slick. All right, I'll give it to you. That's pretty good.
But like it is like I love ice cream, but like even at places like where they have like soft serve and all that stuff, which I don't mind soft serve, I still won't get it at a restaurant. Like I'll come home and I have ice cream in the freezer now. It's probably been sitting there a few weeks. I just don't care for dessert.
I will eat it when I'm going out, but I'm not one of those people who eats it like literally every day. Like I know people who eat their dinner and they always have dessert afterwards, and I could never do that.
Yeah, like
You're
right?
speaking directly to my wife.
She wants dessert all the time.
Yeah, she's a huge ice cream fan. She always wants to have ice cream in the freezer, and she always is like, oh, make sure to grab ice cream while you're out today. And it completely passes me by because again, for the most part, I'm kind of like Burke. I don't really think about desserts. If you sit there and you grab it and you bring it in front of me, yeah, I'll probably be able to eat it. But whenever we're out, I'm like, no, I don't need to pay for dessert. And whenever I'm at home or buying stuff in the grocery store, I'm like, I don't really need to go after dessert right now.
But you also don't think about sides either, and I'm going to call you out on that.
No, I don't care for sides for the most part. Like if you just sat there and like, oh, let's do a meal. I'm like, okay, let's get the entree portion of it and completely skip the sides. If I could, could,
I'm with you.
Get like if I'm out at a restaurant and they're like, hey, do you want a burger? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, okay, you get fries with that. I'm like, can I just take 75 cents off and don't give me anything? They're like, no. I'm like, okay, well, get the fries, but they're just gonna get thrown away. I'm not gonna eat them. I don't really like eating sides.
That doesn't make any sense. That's the whole point of the meal. The meal is supposed to.
No, the whole point of the meal is to get sustenance to keep living.
Thank you.
Sides,
we can at least agree on
make
this.
Dishes. There's this restaurant I go to that I really like, and I really order this entree that's just you get to choose 3 sides.
Yeah. See, there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
No, but there's a restaurant around here called it's called Meat and 3, and basically you get like you get a chunk of meat in 3 different sides.
Sounds awesome.
I'm like, can I just get the meat and do like 1.5 of that? Because I don't care about any of the sides. Like, oh, mashed potatoes, nah.
Okay.
Green beans, nah. Macaroni and cheese, just give me the meat. That's all I want.
Well, okay, if you get a steak, you're telling me that you don't want, like, say you're going to get a baked potato with it. You're telling me, like, that doesn't, like, go with it?
It does go with it, but I'd rather just have more steak.
Well, let me ask you this question then. When you take a bite, on your fork, is there only one item on your fork at a time when you take the bite?
Always, because I hardly ever eat the sides. I just eat the meat
to
and
mix it all.
Not with a steak.
Never mixes steak.
I mean, I don't mix it. I eat it an item at a time, but...
See, oh no! On my fork, it'll literally be the broccoli, the potato, and the meat all on one stab, and then you eat it all.
Brian, have you ever been to a Wawa?
No, I have not.
Okay, so I think you would like it because they actually think they just started it a few days ago. But every fall, they come up with this sandwich they call the Gobbler, and they literally just take an entire Thanksgiving dinner and put it on this sandwich.
Yes.
It's like turkey, gravy, cranberry stuffing. Like they put the entire dinner just on this sandwich.
What are you gonna eat for sides, Brian? You gotta have sides with that. That's a sandwich.
Fries.
Nope. It's not. That's a sandwich. You gotta have a side with
then
it, Brian. You gotta have
Fries,
sides.
Chips. If it comes with chips, I'll have chips.
That's just no. I just don't care for sides. They don't do anything for me. And that's something that always is a point of contention in my house because my wife's like, what do you want to eat tonight? And we'll finally decide on something to eat. She's like, what do you want for sides? I'm like, I don't care. Well, what do you want? I'm not going to eat them. It doesn't matter. Well, you got to have some opinion. I'm literally not going to eat them. Make what you want for that. I don't care. Like, I don't know how else to put this. I'm literally not going to eat the sides. Just do what you want.
I want to go on record saying your wife has made possibly one of the best meals ever, and that's slop. Or whatever you call it.
Yeah, it's still called slop. We can't think of a better name.
Man.
And it's kind of too late to change it now.
Oh, it's like the best. You get the meat, and the macaroni and cheese and spicy stuff and it's so good and so healthy.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh yeah.
One bowl of this is easily shaving off a year of my life every time I have some.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
It's basically just a ton of Velveeta cheese, some form of noodle. We've got sausage, like a smoked sausage, and cooked burger, rotel, corn. It's just a ton of stuff all in one, and it's it's getting spicier and spicier every time we make it, and it's so good.
It's like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's all you need. It's fantastic.
It's like the ultimate meal.
Yes.
Well, okay, let me ask you guys this question then. I was thinking about when I heard the topic was going to be food, my mind went to restaurants, and specifically like the best restaurant. Like what would I determine as the best one? And I want to hear what your guys' opinion is on this one.
This is a very loaded question.
Yeah.
Much like that baked potato you gave me with my steak.
He's on a roll tonight, man. He's on a roll.
So butter me up. I'm on a roll.
Wow.
Yeah, a fat guy can make food puns. This is such a loaded question because there's so much more to the restaurant experience than just what you're eating for the most part.
You're right.
There's so many places that you can go, and I could literally pick out like, okay, this is my favorite food to literally go get and bring back home because I do not want to spend time in their establishment. I like their food, but I need to get it out somewhere else because if I stay in there too much, I'm pretty sure I'm going to somehow get SARS.
Yeah, no, this is like a best restaurant. Like you're going to sit down in this restaurant kind of thing.
Sit down in the restaurant.
Yeah.
The biggest thing for me is I have to have the ability to entertain myself if things go sour while we're there.
If things go sour?
Yes.
What are you expecting? Your wife to get really boring all of a sudden?
No, but you never know who. This is for any occasion. It's not just me and my wife.
Okay.
It might be an occasion where it's you and I out or something. There's just things. If I'm doing best restaurant, I'm going to end up wanting some kind of decent Wi-Fi there. It's going to sound stupid, but that would be probably on the top of my list. Is something with that, and then after that is good food.
Well, I was actually going to say, like, I was going to ask you to name a specific place you've been.
Ooh, okay. Does anybody else want to go first?
I mean,
oh, sure. So, I would say my favorite restaurant to go to around here is just like a local Mexican joint, and it's just my favorite, just because I grew up going there. It's called Eva's, but I could eat there. I could eat at the new one that they built. I could eat that at my house. It doesn't matter. I could eat it. But like for experience, there's this steak restaurant down here that I only go on Fridays, and it's known for its pork chops on Fridays. It's called Pork Chop Fridays because basically they're half off. No, they're more than half off. It's like $12 for this, I don't know, basically whole pound of pork chop that they've smoked for like a week.
Nice.
It's got this nice little light blue cheese glaze, and you've never had pork chops until you've gone to Perry's and go on Friday, just because other times it's absolutely ridiculous, and you can barely eat the lunch portion, and it's half the size of the normal one. It's just incredible. That's all I have to say.
No, that sounds awesome, man. Like really, that sounds incredible. The one that came into my mind was I had gone to Niagara Falls. Was it a year and a half ago, something like that, a little more, whatever it was. But the point is, I had gone there and I was staying at this hotel, and right next to the hotel was a restaurant that was a Brazilian style restaurant. Okay. And I had never heard of Brazilian style like restaurants before. I know.
Really?
And so I was like, yeah, I'm going to check it.
I thought you were going to say, I've never heard of Brazil before.
I've never even heard of your country.
Olympics, World Cup. Yeah.
But basically, I go over there and it's kind of like getting a buffet, but the kicker is that you just sit there and the people walk around with like meats on like skewers essentially, and you literally flip a thing, either red or green, saying give me something, or red is don't give me anything at the moment, I'm not interested. But like anytime you wanted something, you just flipped it over. Every single thing I tried there, literally every meat I tried there was so phenomenal that I was just like, I can't stop eating. And I just kept eating and eating
Yes.
and eating and eating. I was like, it was literally the greatest food I've ever had.
Oh, it's amazing.
Ever, period. The
all
end.
of them.
Yeah.
You know, they have all the like salad bar and all the other stuff.
Oh, that's
like
nonsense.
it's there to trick you.
It is.
It's there to trick you. What you go once, you learn. I'm never touching that stuff. I want the meat.
Oh my God. I was the happiest man on earth. Like, oh, so good.
So I've come up with what mine's going to end up being here. And it does fulfill quite a bit of my requirements. One thing that it's tough down here in Nashville, Tennessee, is that I'm used to going to places that might have sports on televisions, right? And for the most part, they have every sports package you can think of. Like, oh, we've got the MLB package. You can watch any MLB game there is. We've got the NHL package. You can watch any NHL game. We've got the NFL. We've got college football. We've got basketball, the NBA. We've got all of it. College basketball. We've got every single package. Down here, it literally is just the NFL and college football is the only thing that they have, and local sports. It's the most confusing thing because I would have never thought like a big city with all this stuff, the restaurants wouldn't end up having. So one that kind of deflates a lot of places around here. But I do have one place around here that I would choose as my default quote, say favorite restaurant for right now. And it ended up being this place called Party Fowl down here. It is, have you guys ever had Nashville hot chicken?
No.
Nashville hot chicken. That's not the thing that you and I got.
Yeah, that's sort of what we got.
Then yeah, I did.
Sort of. Yeah. Yeah, it's just basically you said no, correct, Michelle?
Yeah, I've never had it.
It's basically just spicy chicken, but it's not like a buffalo wing type spicy, like soggy wet. It's like a dry heat off of fried chicken. Imagine just spicing up fried chicken to where it's not like sopping wet with some kind of sauce. It's just spicy chicken. And it's called Nashville hot chicken is what the quote term is for it. There's a restaurant called Party Fowl and they've got amazing fried chicken and Nashville hot chicken and a bunch of different ways that they do it. Obviously party fowl, like bird fowl.
Oh, I get it. No, it's very clever.
Yeah, and it's just everything some kind of chicken-based dish for the most part. And they've got like a fun brunch menu with different things that are like breakfast chickens, stuff like that. Like it's really cool. Like just different things. It's like basically chicken with
chicken and waffles.
They probably do. I don't know if I saw. I think they did have chicken and waffles, but
I'm looking at the menu right now.
Yeah, they had one that was a gosh, it's the one I got recently when we went there for brunch. It was a basically like a biscuits and gravy, but with chicken. I know that's the only way I can really think of how to describe it, and it was amazing. And this also hits my other requirement because my brother-in-law went to school with the owner. And so I've actually got the Wi-Fi password to get onto their network, not the guest network, but their actual network. So I can get in and I'm on my phone. I get about 150 megabits per second download. So I'm sitting there and I'll put the Tiger game up and I'm like, I'm happy.
Oh my God. So, go ahead, Michelle.
So I was gonna say, I don't know if it's my favorite restaurant ever, but it's definitely the one that popped into my head when you asked this question as like kind of the most fun I've ever had at a restaurant. I don't even know if the restaurant exists anymore because it was one that I went to in Chicago, but it was called Ed DeBevick's, and it was I mean, the food was just American food. It was good, but it wasn't anything special, but it was a fun place because it's one of those where all the waiters and waitresses and stuff are just supposed to be like rude and snarky and do stupid shit to entertain you. So they'd get on like the tables and dance and like they'd write on the receipts like, don't ever come back. Like, I don't want to see your face again, like stuff like that. And I went there twice and I thought it was just like a fun experience.
I've always wanted to go to those types of places.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I'm thinking like they're the ones that you hear about. Like they'll sit there and just throw a roll at you from like across the room. Yeah. You'll just get pelted by a roll. Oh my God, that'd be so much fun.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, I don't want to serve you. Like you're kind of the ugly one of the group and stuff like that. Like,
yes. Yeah.
Dang.
There's a place like that. I think it's in San Antonio or Austin. It's fun.
But yeah, it's just like that was like the most fun experience I've ever had at a restaurant.
That's fun. I did make a statement earlier when I said, oh, I don't like Mexican. It's I think I said it was my least favorite food, and technically that is not quite true. There's one that's worse, and that is kind of like one of the weirdest things I've ever eaten, which is real Arabic food. And I don't know if have you guys ever had that?
Yes, I love it.
So good.
Oh my god.
So, but hold on. Let me explain before you guys, try to sell me on it. I was working at a hospital, and the doctor I was working with says to me, he was of Arabic descent. He goes, "Hey, look, you've been working with me for 3 months now. I want to take you out to lunch." And he goes, "I got this place. It's genuine, real Arabic food." And I'm like, "Oh, sweet, yeah, okay, let's do this. I've never had that before." He goes, like, "Okay." So we go out to lunch, and we order the food. It comes to the table. It looks pretty good. I eat it. It tasted pretty good. The whole experience was pretty good. But about 2 hours afterward, I'm like, God, I'm really hot. I'm really hot. I don't know why I'm so hot. And then like an hour later, I'm like, God, my stomach just feels so weird right now. Kind of like a little like kind of bloated, but a little bit like just weird and just something's wrong, A few hours later after that, I descended into madness and had the worst food poisoning of my entire life. And literally, I slept for over 15 hours. Of me, literally, I would sleep, wake up, run to the bathroom, puke my guts out and everything else, go back to sleep for another hour, wake up and do it again for like 15 hours, and then had to go. And then what made it worse is that the following morning, I literally had to get up and go meet my, at the time's girlfriend's parents for the first time. I show up as the sweaty mess, and I'm like, "Hi, how you doing?" Like, it was the worst. I'll never touch Arabic food again.
I also have like a worst food ever, and it's not anything that I've ever heard anybody else making. It's not a thing that I've seen a restaurant serve, but it's this concoction. I don't even want to talk about it. Like, my stomach's churning just remembering this. But my dad used to make this thing called salmon soup, and all he would do is boil a bunch of butter and milk until it was just like a boiled mess, and he would just throw in some chunks of salmon, let it warm the salmon, and then try to force us to eat it. And it was the most
That sounds
vile
gross.
thing I've ever had. Like, I just want to throw up right now talking about it. Like, I feel a little,
That is so
little upset
gross.
stomach right now. But it's just like, it's disgusting, and just like the smell still, like, I can still smell it, like, even though I haven't been forced to eat it in like probably almost 20 years now. Like, it just it's just the worst thing I can ever think of.
Just cook the salmon and give it to me that way. Salmon's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was just, it's awful.
The only thing I can think of the worst food I've ever had is just oysters. I really did not like oysters. And other than that, as most people will probably guess, there's not a lot of food that I turn down. So
Yeah. For me, worst food is pretty much anything in the vegetable category. I'm not a huge vegetable fan. I would much rather have just meat. But I'm gonna go with a little bit spin off and go with kind of most interesting or unique. And for me, I don't know, because you put something in front of me, I'm gonna try it. And I would say two things stick out the most, so I'm going to break rules and go with two. But one of them was actually whale sushi.
Whale sushi?
Interesting. I'd eat it.
Yeah, it was in Norway when I had it, and it was phenomenal. It was, I don't know how many, not many of y'all are hunters, but I know, Brian, you've probably seen some of it. But it was as dark as like the backstrap of a deer.
Damn.
But you think of a whale and you think of all the muscle veins, like you could see the muscle. It was very interesting looking, and it was phenomenal. Just really good. Okay, I'm gonna say three. Other thing I like is frog legs, but that's a Kentucky thing, and they're just awesome. Then the next weirdest thing was probably when I was in Africa, and there was they roasted a goat on this massive tray that was probably 5 feet in diameter, and there was a goat, and it had all the typical roast stuff that you would think of having pot roast around here on the stateside, but there was a goat in the middle of it.
Okay.
And they go, how would you like the goat? And like they would cut deeper if you wanted it rarer and whatnot. And I was like, it was amazing.
I wanted it alive.
and I'm just picturing that scene from Jurassic Park. It's like she needs to hunt.
That's awesome.
All right, I'm going to transition us over to the lovable quiz that we have every
Quiz
single
time.
week. So I put together a food quiz for you guys, and it's just a grab bag of food quizzes. There's really not a specific area that I focused in on when making this. Tacos. Did not focus in on tacos. So are you guys ready to take my food quiz?
Ready.
I'm quitting
Yes,
now.
senor.
All right, awesome. Burke, you taking score?
It's ready.
Awesome. Everybody at home, make sure to keep score on your own. Send us in your results. Let us know how you did. Question number 1. And I've already rolled your positions for order. Question number 1. Soups and stews are very old recipes. What is the earliest BC year that evidence of soup was found?
Ooh.
So obviously this year is going to be blank BC.
So you said you rolled for who goes first?
And Burke goes first.
Dang. Well, I gotta reorder my spreadsheet. Give me a second. I guessed wrong. Who? Okay.
It goes Burke, Brian, Michelle.
Man, I got it totally wrong. Dear Lord, it's completely out of order. What year BC? Let's go with 10,000 BC.
I'll say 1000 BC.
30,000 BC.
And the closest answer, and the answer is 6,000 BC.
Wow.
So
No,
Brian is the one that
I'm
wins
closest.
that one.
I was 10,000. That's 4,000 away. Brian was 5,000
Yeah,
away.
he's right.
Oh, he is. I am sorry. I can't count.
I math.
I
for some
easy.
reason.
Thank you so
Burke,
much.
my point.
Thank you so much. I
Negative
don't know
1
why
point for Brian for arguing.
Yes, Burke wins with the answer of 10,000
Damn.
BC, 4,000 years off. And the soup that they found contained hippopotamus and sparrow meat.
Bold choice.
I'm assuming this was found in Egypt.
choice, Cotton.
It's around that area, yes.
Interesting.
I tried to find more information on the exact area and I could not find anything, but that was what I was speculating, what others were speculating when looking into the exact place that they found this recipe. Okay, question number 2. Pound cake gets its name from because it takes a pound of each one of its 4 main ingredients. What are those 4 main ingredients of pound cake?
Sugar, flour, butter, cake.
You said cake is the last one?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the last ingredient is. I should know. Shit. Baking powder. I don't know. That's
Okay. Brian.
Sugar. I want to say the same 3 as Burke, except for my 4th one is instead of his is going to be salt.
Okay. Michelle.
Sugar, flour, butter, and egg.
The answer is sugar, flour, butter, and eggs.
Yes!
oh, a pound of eggs. Holy shit.
Burke, you get
I've
3
made a
points.
pound cake.
Brian, you get 3 points. Michelle, you get 4 points.
Damn. Damn.
Okay, now let's go to
It's
one
great for
that
you, let
none
me
of
tell
you.
you.
Yeah. There's a place right next
Butter.
to one of the lunch places Sarah and I go to frequently, and it's called Nothing Bunt Cakes.
Nice.
Makes me giggle. All right, now to a question that none of you are gonna probably able to accurately guess. So this is just going to be the closest person gets the point. On the average ear of corn, how many rows are there? Burke.
Oh my
I'm
god.
visualizing. 24.
Fucker!
Wow.
That was literally
Brian.
my exact answer.
I'm gonna say 50. At least.
I'm still going with 24
And-
because I was also visualizing corn, and that's the
Wait,
closest.
okay,
No,
okay.
You guys gonna be fine.
With our disparity on this, are we talking rows like around the circumference or like
I assumed the longer ones.
Like
Longer. We're acting like the ear of corn is laying left to right in its length, in its longer length. It's laying left to right. So how many rows are going left to right? Or if you've got it up and down, how many rows at that point? It'd be columns.
Okay, yeah,
it'd be columns at that point.
Okay, all right, we're good. I'm fine with my 24 answer.
Okay. Burke and Michelle, both of you guess one more time.
Oh my god.
26.
21.
And the answer is 16.
What?
On the average ear of corn, there are 16 rows. And there normally is an even number of rows. More times than not, you're going to get an even number of rows. I found it fun that it was just a square number.
Huh.
Yeah, see, I went with I was like, about each bite I can take is 6 rows. Multiply that. I was like, about 4 bites. All right, we'll go.
I thought there was way more than that.
Okay, question number 4. What is the state vegetable for the state of Oklahoma?
What? What? This is the kind of this is the quiz you came up with.
I like it.
Yes, it is.
I like
You're a
it.
monster. Oh
I'm
my
just
god.
waiting for Brian to just get mad about more bullshit questions.
Oh, these are such fun questions for me. Just things are like, what in the blue hell? Like,
Okay,
how would we
you know
know
what?
that?
A potato flew
I wanna say
around.
rutabaga.
I'm gonna go with corn.
We got corn. We got rutabaga.
Green bean.
We've got green bean. We're not going to have you guys guess any more than that because it'll take a long time for you to come up with the correct answer, which is watermelon.
What?
Excuse me?
Vegetable? You said vegetable.
That is a vegetable. Yes. And not in the culinary sense where it's like tomatoes, like depending on which way you go about it, but it's considered heavily a vegetable. Oklahoma designated watermelon as the official state vegetable in 2007. The Oklahoma Senate passed the watermelon bill by a vote of 44-2. Rush Springs has been the home of the Watermelon Festival since 1948. The area is known for its delicious watermelon grown in the sandy soil that enriches the Rush Springs. Ringwood and Valiant also have watermelon festivals, annual ones. Although there is discussion on whether watermelon is a fruit or a vegetable.
Yes, it is. Exactly. It has seeds.
The watermelon comes from a cucumber and gourd family, which are classified as
It's a
vegetables.
fucking
Yeah,
fruit.
I had to
Now
Google
I'm
it. I didn't
rationally
believe you
angry.
either.
My 4th grade science teacher says bullshit.
Watermelon comes from the cucumber and gourd family, which classifies it as a vegetable.
Yep.
Though their state fruit is a strawberry.
These guys. All right.
Okay.
I'm just-
Question number
yeah.
5. What is the most expensive pizza in the world, and how much does the most expensive pizza in the world cost? This is a standard pizza. It's not like, well, just keep putting pepperonis on there until you run out of pepperonis.
No,
like,
I gotcha.
just you order it and it comes in this way. What is the most expensive
Is this
pizza in the world?
per pie or per slice?
This is per pie.
Okay.
I thought we were talking about pizzas. I'm just, okay. All right. Do we get a location?
I do not have
Is this
one.
in US dollars?
Yeah, this is in US dollars.
Let's go with
I could not tell you where this pizza originates, though.
$1,523.
Holy
$1,523.
shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess $10,000.
$10,000.
This is for one pizza, and this is a real pizza that people can order.
Yes, you are correct.
$200.
$200. And the answer is $12,000.
What the fuck? Is
It has
gold
gold.
plated?
It probably has gold flecks in
Diamond
it.
pepperonis?
The creation takes 72 hours because the dough is giving ample time to rest before being made into the most expensive pie ever known. It is topped with buffalo mozzarella, 3 types of caviar, lobster from Norway and Silentio. It is lightly dusted with hand-picked grains of pink Australian sea salt from the Murray River, or Murray River, whichever way it's pronounced. The cost includes service, thank God, and the pie can and this pie can only be made in your home. That's right. 3 Italian chefs will show up to your place to make this in your kitchen.
Dang.
Does that include their travel?
It includes
I mean,
everything.
I guess if that's included, $12,000 is totally worth it.
Hey guys, pizza night.
Yep, the service is included for the price.
We're
So
gonna
that's why it's
start a
$12,000.
fund if you
So is
guys
that
want to
considered
contribute to
delivery or
it for us to
DiGiorno?
order this pizza.
Oh my god, a GoFundMe before. It's like we're doing a Kickstarter
Okay,
for
whose
pizza.
house are we going to hang out in for 3 days?
Do a Kickstarter for pizza. We'll do it in Burke's in the winter.
Okay,
It'll be
so-
warm.
So Brian gets the point on that one, Burke.
Yeah, I gave it to him.
Okay. Question number 6. There are plenty of food eating contests around the world every single year, but the most American is the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. In 2016, Joey Chestnut won his 9th mustard championship belt for winning the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. How many hot dogs did he eat in 10 minutes for this event?
108.
108 for Burke.
I'm going to say 62.
62 for
Wait,
Brian.
it's in a minute, right?
10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Oh.
The 10 minutes is the standard event
I'm
time.
sorry. Okay. In that case, I want to change my answer. I'm sorry. I thought it was like, okay, because, yeah, that changes things.
The standard time for a Nathan's hot dog eating contest and for pretty much all hot dog eating contests are 10 minutes.
Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and say that he ate, and Burke said 100.
Burke said 108.
108. I'm going to say that it was closer to 150.
I'm gonna say 300.
And the answer is 70.
No, I should have gone low. My
Yeah.
initial guess was 62.
You had it at
I said
first.
60.
That's like a hot dog a second. Bro.
That is so fast. Yes, that is a lot of hot dogs.
In your original
yeah.
estimation. Wow.
The Nathan's hot dog eating contest does include buns. You do have to eat every single bun with the hot dog as well.
But they dip them in water if
and-
you've ever watched it.
They do dip them in water. That is not the record though. 70 is not the record. Joey Chestnut does have the record though. Was at a giant National Capital Barbecue battle in Washington D.C. on June 25th of 2016. He ate 73 to set the world
My
record.
God.
Okay, so
Wow.
Burke gets
I
the
got
point
it.
on that
Yep.
one. Yes. Question number 7. How many foods and many foods and candies? I can't read my own quiz. Question 7. There are many foods and candies that use food coloring. What is red food coloring carmine made out of?
Blood. No, I'm just kidding. Roses.
I was going to say rose
Roses.
petals. Damn you, Burke.
Are you going with rose
yeah, I'm
petals,
gonna go
Brian?
rose petals.
All right, rose petals.
Strawberries?
Strawberries for the last answer. None of you can end up getting this. This is something I knew beforehand, and I wanted to at least make sure to bring this to you guys' attention. It is made out of boiled cochineal bugs, which is a type of beetle. They boil these bugs to get this red coloring.
No kidding.
Out of it.
Nom.
Mhm.
All right, I'm down. That's okay.
Okay, question number 8. How many hamburgers does McDonald's sell every second of every day
Oh God.
over the whole world?
Oh my God.
Now, you got to think about how many they sell, but it's still just 1 second.
7,329.
I'm gonna say 500 million.
I'm gonna say 10,000.
Okay, I don't have to do the math on this one. The answer is 75. 75 burgers every second.
What? That's it? Horseshit.
That's every
those
second.
Signs,
I wanted
those
to-
signs
I
say
wanted
over
to
a billion served, and I'm assuming that means
Well,
daily.
no, that's since they opened.
that
but
means daily. Okay.
so you're telling me at one given second, worldwide,
There's 75 hamburgers sold, yeah. Just that second. The next second, there's another 75. Then the next second, another 75.
That's way lower than I would have expected.
That's why I was like, I'm just trying to preface, this is just 1 second.
I know,
so
but I'm like
not
assuming
huge.
I'm assuming one burger from almost every location. Like,
I would say no, because I've been into a McDonald's and it takes me like 4 minutes to even get somebody's attention to order a burger. So,
I guess, but yeah.
so Burke, you get the point on that one.
Right.
Question number 9. What holiday spice that you can put in your eggnog, and many people do, can be taken in large doses to create the same effects as a hallucinogen?
Ooh. That's interesting.
Nutmeg.
Okay, Burke says nutmeg.
Peppermint?
Brian says peppermint.
It's nutmeg. I've watched somebody do this.
And the answer is nutmeg. Nutmeg contains a mistricin. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. A natural compound that has mind-altering effects. If ingested in large doses, the buzz can last 1 to 2 days and can be hallucinogenic, much like LSD. About 30 minutes to an hour after taking large doses of nutmeg, people usually have severe gastrointestinal reactions, including nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. But that's just the beginning. Hours into the high, people can suffer from heart and nerve problems as well. So overall, it does not sound like a fun high.
Totally worth it.
So why do they still sell this like in the grocery store if it's so
Because
bad?
most people don't take that much.
Yeah. I mean, you can do the same thing with vanilla extract. You can drink a ton of it and get drunk. Very, very drunk.
Huh.
Okay, so 2 points there, or 1 point, but yeah.
Yep.
Question number 10. Nolan Bushnell invented two things that made a child's dream come true. One was the Atari, and the other was a pizza arcade restaurant infested with a giant rodent and the germs of 3 million children.
Good.
What was that restaurant?
Does everybody know this?
I do.
Yep.
Burke, go ahead.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Brian?
Five Nights at Freddy's. No, I'm just kidding. Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, it's Chuck E. Cheese.
It's Chuck E. Cheese, yes.
I didn't know that he did the. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, shortly.
I was actually gonna
watched
make
a documentary on it.
I was actually going to make this joke earlier when we were asking about Craig's favorite restaurant. It was Chuck E. Cheese. Because it had to be entertaining.
He's
And I
sitting
know
there, he's like, that mouse cracks
entertains
me up.
him.
He's like, he's going to sing? Are you kidding me? He's just freaking out.
Okay. Question number 11. Where does the word spam come from?
Oh, God.
Are you asking? Okay, let's need this question clarified.
How did they come up with the term spam?
Okay, so you're
Or
not
the
like
word
asking
spam.
like. Okay, never mind.
Super processed alternate meat.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Super processed alternate meat is Burke's answer. Brian?
I'm going to go ahead and say that it came from Hawaii, and it was a term that they had there because it's really popular there. So yeah, it was from a original Hawaiian language, somewhere in that range.
Original Hawaiian word.
Yeah, that's what we're going with.
All right. Michelle.
I'm gonna say they let a child name it.
They let a child name it. While I can't necessarily say that Michelle's answer is wrong or right, I can't say it's wrong either. Or excuse me, I can't say it's wrong, but I can't say it's right. But it is a portmanteau of the two words spiced ham. And they smashed them together to make spam.
Ah. I thought mine was way better of a story, though.
All right, question number 12. These little guys have a chemical which bonds to your sensory nerves, and tricks them into thinking your mouth is actually being burned. What are they? It's a food,
I know.
obviously. So if you know for a fact, you go last then, Burke.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm a little confused here. You're saying that whatever, like this is an item inside a food, or it's a food that bonds to your.
These little guys, this little food, have a chemical called capsaicin, I can't say it correctly, which bonds to your sensory nerves and tricks them into thinking your mouth is actually being
I'm
burned.
gonna say peppers.
Okay, Michelle.
Pepper seeds.
Pepper seeds. Burke.
Wait. Are you trying to say capsaicin?
I will send it to you guys. Hold on.
Get clarification on this.
Yeah.
This will totally change my answer.
This is this is the
this
spelling that
might.
I got.
Yeah, capsaicin.
Okay,
Okay.
capsaicin.
So say the question again then, because without you saying that, because I thought you were talking about I thought you were asking what that word was.
These little guys have a chemical capsaicin, which bonds to your sensory nerves and tricks them into thinking your mouth is actually being burned. What are they?
Peppers. Sure.
Peppers. So all three of you said peppers, basically.
Yeah.
All three of you basically get the point.
Yay!
They are peppers.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was wondering if this was a Scoville question or where this was going, but okay, I'm glad.
Nope. I tried to give a little hint with these little guys because normally I think of peppers as not like Obviously, there's peppers that are bigger, but yeah, I always think the hot peppers.
Yeah,
so like
yeah,
the little guys, they're about handheld size.
I'm with you.
Okay, question number 13. When purchasing artificial vanilla extract, there's a main ingredient called castoreum. Castoreum is the secretion of the anal gland of what semi-aquatic rodent?
Ooh, I know this one.
All right, Brian goes last.
Okay, wait. I missed the first part of that question.
When purchasing artificial vanilla extract, there is a main ingredient called castoreum. Castoreum is the secretion of the anal gland of what semi-aquatic rodent?
The beaver.
Okay, Michelle.
Semi-aquatic rodent?
Semi-aquatic rodent.
I have no idea, and I don't want to just copy Burke because that's the only one I could think of.
A nutria rat.
I'm gonna have to go with beaver too because it's literally the only water rodent I can think of.
All right, Brian.
I thought it was the platypus, but now this beaver thing's got me thinking. But
Platypus
I'm gonna say
isn't a
platypus.
rodent.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, isn't it? I thought it was platypus, but maybe if I might be beaver.
What's your answer, Brian?
Platypus. I'm going to say platypus.
The answer is beaver.
What? Damn it! Burke was right. I thought it was for sure platypus when he said the question. I had my mindset on it.
The beaver is in the genus of castor, which explains its naming convention, castoreum. A platypus is considered a mammal, even though they have eggs.
Well, there you have it.
All right, we'll power through these last two right here. Just give quick answers. Question number 14. Bees make honey from two ingredients, nectar and what?
Semen.
Semen.
Saliva.
Saliva.
Ah, shit.
Pollen.
Pollen. Though somewhat technically correct, not what I was going for, Michelle. It is bee vomit. So basically they take in the pollen, it goes into a separate little stomach, and they puke it back out, and it basically becomes nectar and the rest of their vomit.
Okay.
This also makes honey a non-vegan food.
Oh, dang.
Oh, shit.
Yep. Question number 15. What fruit along with pears and plums are a member of the rose family? What favorite fruit along with pears and plums are a member of the rose family?
What favorite?
Yes.
Okay. Apples.
Burke says apples.
I'm going to say
Brian.
peaches.
Brian says peaches.
I was also going to say peaches.
Go for that alliteration. 3 P's.
Yeah, I'm still going with peaches because that was my answer too.
The answer is apples.
What?
Oh my god, are you kidding me? I thought they were right.
No.
Oh my god.
No, that's why I was trying to say favorite just so you guys knew it wasn't some like far off random fruit like, okay, it's something nearby. But apples are indeed part of the rose family, Rosaceae, specifically in the kingdom Plantae, division Megaloma, class Megaloma, order of Rosales, family Rosaceae, and it basically goes on to tell you that they're all connected in there.
I really almost said prune.
So basically they are in the same kingdom, division, class, order, and family before they split off.
Interesting.
All right. That's all I had. Burke, what are the totals?
Wow. So before because I thought it was
I think I
peaches,
lost for the first time ever.
I gave the point to Michelle, and she would have tied me. But with me winning that one, I won. I can't believe it, but I won.
What was the numbers?
11 for me, 9 for Michelle, and 6 for Brian.
Nailed
Oh
it.
god, I didn't lose. Okay. Whew.
It's like anything but last. Anything but last.
I beat Brian. Yes.
Michelle just always wants to make sure that she's not the one being looked at when someone says, "You just got dunked on."